Welcome to this short webinar. My name is Mattias Johansson and I'm a consultancy manager with Accelsior. The objective of this webinar is to help you determine whether you need to upgrade your Siebel application by January 2016 in order to stay supported and help you understand how and why support is ending for many Siebel deployments. Let's get started. Most companies that use Siebel today are using what is known as the Siebel Interactivity client. The Interactivity client only works with Internet Explorer as it's built on Microsoft's proprietary ActiveX technology. If you try to access the Interactivity client using another web browser such as Google Chrome, it will simply not work. You can't even log in. Oracle only supports the Interactivity client with Microsoft Internet Explorer up to version 8 of IE. But last year Microsoft announced a change in support end date for IE8. The new end date for IE8 is January 12, 2016, which is a full 4 years earlier than what was originally announced when IE8 was first released. From January 2016 onward, there will be no more security updates released for Internet Explorer 8. Since Microsoft is ending support for Internet Explorer 8, and this is the only way that Oracle supports for accessing Siebel Interactivity client, this means that full support for the Interactivity client effectively ends in January next year. So what can you do to keep your Siebel application on a fully supported platform come January? Well, with the latest versions of Siebel, Oracle has released a new client called the Open UI that works with Internet Explorer 11 and all other modern browsers and can run on any device, including tablets, smartphones and Apple Macs. In order to use this Open UI, you need to do two things. First, you need to upgrade your Siebel application to one of the most recent versions. And once you have upgraded to the latest version, you need to deploy Open UI. In the next few minutes, I will walk you through how you can find out what version of Siebel you're currently using so that you can determine whether you need to upgrade or not. To determine what version of Siebel you're using, start by logging into the Siebel application. Don't worry if your version of Siebel looks a bit different to what is shown here. The navigation steps will be the same. Once you've logged into Siebel, click on Help in the toolbar and then choose Technical Support from the drop-down. The number next to application version is the Siebel version number. In this case, the Siebel version is 8.0.0.13. If the number for your Siebel application is anything other than 8.1.1.10, 0.11 or 0.14, or 8.2.2.3, 0.4, 0.14, or 15.0 later, if it's anything other than those, then you need to upgrade Siebel to stay fully supported. So for example, if your version number starts with 8.0 as in the case at hand, then you need to upgrade. If that is the case, then reach out to us at Accelsior and we can have a conversation about how we can help you with the upgrade. Even if your Siebel version is one of the versions that I mentioned, you may not yet be using the Open UI client though. So next, let's figure out if you're using Open UI or not. The easiest way to determine if you're already using Open UI is to navigate to a view with a list of records. Make sure that the view you navigate to has lots of records, at least 15. You could try My Accounts, My Contacts, or My Activities. Once you have reached a list with at least 15 records, look at the right side of the list. Is there a vertical scroll bar? If you do see a scroll bar, this means that you're using Interactivity client and you do need to deploy Open UI by January 2016 in order to remain supported. If your organization has already deployed Open UI, your user interface will likely look similar to the user interface on the screen now. If we navigate to a list applet, you will not see a scroll bar on the right hand side. Instead, you will see 4 scroll buttons underneath the list. If you see those and they allow you to move forward and backward through records, then you're already using Open UI. And as your organization has already deployed Open UI, you can develop and use new and exciting usability enhancements within Open UI. If you want to see some examples, then reach out to us at Accelsior. Let's conclude this webinar. Siebel Interactivity is only supported with Internet Explorer 8. but Microsoft's support for Internet Explorer 8 ends in January 2016. To stay on a fully supported Siebel platform beyond January 2016, you must use one of the Siebel versions shown on the screen. If you are on any other version, you need to upgrade. Even if you are on one of the versions on the screen, you also need to deploy OpenUI to be able to use a supported browser, such as IE 11 or Google Chrome. As Microsoft ends support for IE 8 in a few months, the time to start planning your upgrade and OpenUI deployment is now. Before wrapping up, I do want to point out that even though this webinar has focused on the need to upgrade Siebel to stay fully supported, there is also a lot of new functionality available in the latest versions of Siebel. And OpenUI allows you to use Siebel with tablets, Macintosh computers, smartphones, etc. OpenUI also allows you to implement usability enhancements that were simply not possible in previous versions of Siebel. So in addition to upgrading Siebel to stay supported, there are also a lot of positive reasons to upgrade Siebel. Thank you very much for reviewing this short webinar. If you need to upgrade or deploy OpenUI, have trouble finding out what version of Siebel you're currently using, or just want to find out more, then reach out to us at Accelsior using the information on the screen. Thanks again and have a great day.